The irony of voting, besides the fact that it obviously doesn't count and it's absolutely meaningless. Short story before I begin. I came to work one day and there's an empty ballot in my toolbox with my name in the right hand corner, indicating that I should nominate somebody for Employee of the Month. And everybody got to do this month, okay? So everybody gets to vote, not just me. But I decided that I wasn't going to vote for anybody. And the reason for that is because I don't pay attention to everybody's work ethic or their productivity or whatever else it is. I just worry about myself. So if I did nominate anybody, it would just be an ignorant and biased and ill-informed vote. And that's the truth. So I wrote that out in a paragraph and I submitted my thing, and that's all there was to it. But then I got to thinking of how America votes and how the people of America vote when they don't know shit about anything. You know, I honestly didn't have enough information to declare a nomination for somebody. Therefore, I took it upon myself to not vote because I simply don't have an answer. And if I did have an answer, it'd be a biased one, and that's a fact. But then it got me thinking how when elections roll around, Americans claim to know everything about all the issues, but 4 years prior to that, they haven't paid attention to a fucking thing. They don't know anything about how shitty our education system is, how shitty our healthcare system is, the discrimination in this country, the racism in this country, the issue of the rich becoming richer and the poor becoming poorer, and the gap between that increasing, and so on and so forth. I could go on all day with issues that this particular country has. And most people couldn't do that because most people aren't researching or staying up to date on their information, which is fine. If you want to watch American Idol all day, that's fine with me. But don't come and start lecturing me about certain issues that you have no fucking clue what you're talking about. And you certainly don't just inherit this knowledge when the elections come rolling around. So that was my basic thought, is that I thought it was ironic that ignorant motherfuckers, and by ignorant I mean the vast majority of people who simply don't care to stay well informed, act like their vote is worthy of being heard, when it's not, realistically. And not only that, but that's why democracy would never work, a real democracy. Now, we don't have one in America, but if we did, it would still be an absolutely pitiful system. I mean, you have a country filled with fucking idiots that either choose to ignore or choose to not be aware of the very serious issues in this country. Yet, they still feel like they should be telling people how to run this bitch, when they don't know fucking anything. The only thing they know is what Pastor John said at church that Sunday, or what Justin Bieber said in his fucking book he wrote, or any of that other fucking nonsense. But it's not like you've actually researched something and know what the fuck you're talking about. Do you know how much our military budget is? Or other countries' military budget is? Or how pitiful our education system is? Or how many millions of dollars they cut out of it every year? Or how they just took $100 million out of the science fund, which only has $5 billion to begin with, compared to the $500 to $800 billion military budget. I mean, and we got 3 wars going on that are costing us trillions of fucking dollars, almost 5,000 deaths, and you act like you know what the fuck you're talking about? You don't have a fucking clue what's going on in the world right now, or what's been going on in the world the last decade. You don't have a fucking clue. Therefore, you need to stop acting like you know what's going on. And I'm not claiming to be a genius, and I'm not claiming to be awesome, but at least I try to stay as well informed as possible. And when I come to a brick road, at least I research it and I look it up, so I can determine for myself what I think these issues should be, like legalization of this or that, or ending prohibition, and so on and so forth. The only thing you people know is what these faces tell you, like Ron Paul or Obama or Clinton. That's all the information you have, is what these dumb motherfuckers tell you. Tell you what, go look up and research these issues for yourself, and then come and talk to me. Or go and talk to somebody that has researched it for themselves, and you let me know what you think.